Hey, what's up? This is Lori Willis, and I see Ashley has joined me. And we had technical difficulties with our prior link because it was set to not be broadcast live. So I had to start a new link, so my apologies. We are a few minutes late, but let me make sure everybody's got the new link in the group, and then we will get started because I heard about 4 or 5 Brit girls chatting away on the other groups. Let me go see if I can pull them over here real quick. And
So
Ashley, you can talk if you'd like to.
I need to share this link, right?
The very top URL is what they would need for a to join the actual panel, but I'll share the event page where they can just watch if they want to just watch.
Okay.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Good.
Has anyone else joined yet?
Lori is here, but I think she's getting the link to share with everyone.
Yeah, I think Suzanne and I were on a different web chat. So Suzanne's just left, and we're basically chasing Laurie around the internet.
Yeah, I think something with the other link was funny. It wasn't working.
How are you doing? How's the baby? How's your bum? How long have you got left?
She's due on the 13th, so whenever she decides.
Oh, it's exciting.
Yep. It's crazy. I can't believe it.
Is she your first?
Yeah, my first.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. You'll have an awesome time. It's amazing. It is just absolutely life-changing. Absolutely brilliant. But I'm just sticking to 2. I'm not having any more. My life has changed that much.
Yeah, we won't be having a second for a while.
Yeah, get over the first one first.
Yeah.
Oh, bless. Right, hold on. Let me just.
Okay, Andrea, I saw that message. Andrea, if you're talking, you're muted. We can't hear you. Okay.
Right, who have we got?
Okay, I'm back. I posted the link all over the internet where you all were stalking me. This is so awful. I don't know why when it was set up, I guess it was set up as like a video chat, but not as a live call, so that way it wouldn't be recorded. So for those watching the recording, I do apologize. You'd have to fast forward like 5 minutes or so just to actually get to the meat of what we're going to talk about. But I know Suzanne, and who else was there with you, Kelly?
It was just me and Suzanne. So she was the one who said about your new link, and so I thought she'd be here first. So I don't know where she went.
I don't know either. Let me see if there might be a comment. I usually get about 5 messages at once during the Hangouts. One day we'll have this exactly nailed down perfect. So, oh no. Okay, so Bianca can't make it. She's got sick. And hopefully Suzanne will be able to pop on. But we can go ahead and get started. I don't have anything like Andrea and I always talk about. We don't ever do anything totally scripted, totally, bullet points or anything like that. Maybe in the future we'll be that organized, but we basically just want to touch base with everybody and just congratulate everybody on their promotions and what an awesome November we had, and a terrific November. Far exceeded what I thought you all would do. Not that I had low expectations of you. I just didn't know, because it was just awesome to see you guys all just rock out November. So Ashley and I wanted to get together our teams, and Andrea also, and just basically let everybody know how important it is to start the month of December off really strong, because people are doing their majority of their last Christmas shopping these next 2 weeks. And then by the middle of December, especially for those of you in the UK, the shipping cutoff, I think, is December 10th. Is that right, Kelly?
Yeah,
December 10th. So by the 10th, most of your Christmas orders will be in. So we kind of just wanted to go over that. You want to say anything, Ashley? Concentrating on
I
something.
do. Yeah, I'm trying to post the watch link into the Lash Savers group, and it's not cooperating for some reason. It's like only half of it is hyperlinked, and the other half isn't. So it's not going to the right page.
I can see we have 2 viewers right now. So at least 2 people got the link. Well, now 1. Suzanne's trying to get her lighting worked out. Perfect.
May I send about with a flipping iPad?
Okay, I'm going to mute for a second.
Okay. So, okay, well, I'll just keep talking then. So another thing Andrea wants to talk about, and I see her lovely face there, but I don't hear her, so I'll just go ahead and go right into it, is the importance to not compare. I think Ashley had made a post about that in her group, but obviously we launched in the UK on October 1st, and some of you that are listening are in the US, so this may not pertain totally to you. But we really focused a lot on recruit, build your team in October, so that when you launched in November, you had a nice, you had a nice going already. But we wanted to encourage. Oh, I hear a baby crying. I think it's probably Andrea. We want to encourage those that are still not to yellow or still at white or are at pink but want to be at green, to not compare your success with anybody else's success, because we all start off at different levels. Like Ashley has said before, we all come in with different amounts of networks. I've seen some people, they have friends on Facebook and they're 112 friends. Okay, I myself have over 1,200 friends. Ashley, I think, might have over 2,000 friends. So our networks are all different sizes, and then some of us have different marketing skills than others, and it's just there's just no way you can compare and say, oh my God, I started this 6 months ago and I'm barely yellow, and Kelly did green in like 1 week. I'm exaggerating. She did hit green in a month, and so don't get discouraged. I was in a company for almost, a year, and was just making money after a year. It was, so don't feel bad. We all are at different levels. So I see Andrea's beautiful face there. Hi, Andrea. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Are you able to chat?
I can. You might hear some murmurings of my baby on my lap, but I'll try to speak over her. The biggest thing I wanted to kind of say, and what I wanted people to take away from it, I came up with a little analogy for people who think that they have to compare themselves to others, is when you submerge yourself in this industry with the top leaders and like what we're told to do, to surround yourself with like minds and everything, it's just like going to another country and learning a new language. You don't want to? Here, okay. You want to be famous?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what she was fussing for. So I'm just encouraging everyone to just kind of know that it takes time, but eventually you pick it up really fast. And as long as you're consistent and constant with surrounding yourself with these people that are going to lift you up and encourage you, support you, then it's inevitable that you're going to learn the language of the industry. The other thing I wanted to say that Lori has already touched on is that everyone has their own history. Like, everybody comes from a different background, and you can't, what's the saying, that you can't compare your chapter 1 with somebody else's, chapter 25. And I know I struggled a lot with, because I didn't really dismiss all of my friends and family, but I definitely paid more attention to the people that were doing way better than me. And it was discouraging at times, but then I had to keep reminding myself with all these mindset trainings that it'll come in your time. It'll come in your time. As long as you don't forget what you're doing this for, then there's no way that you can't succeed unless you quit. That's the only way that you can fail. So, yeah, think of it as learning a new language. If you've been to France 100 times, then picking up the language is going to be a lot easier. If it's your first time to France, then you're going to struggle with how to communicate. So I just wanted to kind of put it in everyone's mind that sees everybody else having so much success, like even me, seeing all of you guys, I'm like, holy smokes, you know, you're just coming out of nowhere, and it's encouraging for me, but I've trained my mind to think that way. So a lot of other people, I'm getting feedback. A lot of other people might take it in a way that, oh man, what am I doing wrong? It's nothing that you're doing wrong. You just gotta shift and say, I'm so glad I'm on a team where I can learn from people who are always winning. That's how I have to think about it. I think that's it for this moment. Lori's still not back, and I don't know what everybody else has talked about. Oh, there she is. I don't know what everyone else is talking about.
I didn't. I was blowing my nose and didn't want to, you know, do it publicly. But I did hear everything you said, so that was really, really great. Really great info. I was going to say something. You triggered something that you said about just the whole comparison thing, but yeah. So you had talked about how some people come in and they seem to be an overnight success. Some people, you know, are slower. So just go at your pace. I know Ashley always preaches be consistent, and that is really, really key. Is to be consistent. I could go on for a long time with this, so I won't. But Ashley, I'll go ahead and let you talk next.
Hello, everyone. I do want to say, if you're not speaking, go ahead and mute. It just makes it a lot easier for everyone else to hear. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say much more on that because you ladies totally rocked it out. You know, and I'm sure a lot of you saw the video that I did recently, you know, just about owning your story, your journey. It's so important that you do that, because everybody is writing their own story, and your story is going to resonate with the exact right people that it's supposed to. So if you believe that, if you work hard, if you're consistent, you know, your business will grow. That's just all there is to it. So I guess we'll move on to the next thing. Obviously, this month is December, yay, and it's a huge month if you allow it to be a huge month for yourself. So really, this goes for every month, but you know, specifically, you know, we're really focusing in hard, obviously, right now. But it's important that you push hard from day one every single month. Sometimes I'll kind of notice in the beginning people aren't going as hard, and then as the middle comes, and then especially towards the end, you know, they're kind of scrambling and pushing extra hard because they didn't do much at the beginning of the month. So just don't do that. Just have the mindset of day one, you work hard, you know, you're consistent from day one of the month all the way through to the very end. And especially this month, obviously, you know, there's Christmas and the holidays at the end. So it's very easy to get busy and distracted. And of course, it's important to have that family time and all of that. That's absolutely important. But don't just, you know, the last 10 days of December, or because Christmas, you know, don't say, well, I'm going to take a break on my business, because you'll regret it, okay? It's a really important time that you just keep going. Of course, take that family time because, like I said, that's super important. But don't just, take all of these days away from your business, especially if you have big goals this month, which I'm sure all of you do, big goals to promote and to just keep building. So let's see, what else did I write down? So just what goes along with this is perfect. The presenters perk this month. So I'm sure you all know that if you reach at least 6,000 PRS, personal retail sales, which I'm not sure what, I'm always terrible at what the equivalent for you UK ladies, what that is. So if someone wants to chime in when I'm done and let us know. But anyways, between the 1st and the 15th, then we get a color match card with all of the foundation colors. So it's just an incentive, for us to, like my message is saying, to just push from the very beginning all the way to the end. Anyone else have anything? Does anyone know what? It's 6,000 personal retail sales for US. Does anyone know for UK?
I think it's just 600. Would it be the equivalent of 600 points? So
Yeah.
the point system, it would just go off with 600 points.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I keep saying 6,000. I mean 600.
600. Yeah, I heard you say that, and I was like,
oh. Yeah. No,
that'd be green.
Yeah, that would be cool. 600. Sorry. That's what I meant.
Yeah, those are really great points. I was going to say, too, as you were talking, it triggered off my brain to a couple points I want to mention. Most of the customers in the UK, the initial customers, have now gotten their mascara. So it's really important that you all follow up with them and see how they're liking it, make sure that they're applying it correctly. Ashley and I both, I think Andrea does this too, we send them videos like how to apply tips. I have a video, but Ashley, do you have a video, Ashley? I think you do. Whitney has a video. So there's several videos on application tips. And also when you follow up with them, ask them for, I don't know what order you do it in, Ashley. Do you ask for the party first, and then maybe you might be interested in this as a business opportunity, or do you go for the biz op first, and then if they don't like that, then you say, hey, do you want to host a party? I'll let you touch on that.
You got cut off a little bit, but I think I know what you're asking. I have always been trained to go biz op first, then party, then referrals. So usually what I do, like with my customers, for example, someone who ordered the lashes, I'll send a very simple Facebook message, and every once in a while I do it via email, and that's when, you can tell when the person didn't link their account to Facebook when they ordered, but you should have their email address. But most of the time it's via Facebook message. I will look in my back office, see that they received the lashes, and then reach out and just say, hey, so-and-so, I saw that you got your lashes, do you love them? Or just something really simple like that. Or what do you think of your lashes? Something like that. So just to get the conversation going. And then 99% of the time they answer back, I love them. And then from there, the conversation just goes. And that's usually when I will bring up, I'll say something like, perfect, so now that you love the product, has it crossed your mind about becoming a presenter? So then that's how I get the conversation going about becoming a presenter. And, from there, if they want more information or have questions, then that's, the conversation will go. If they say, no, I just don't see myself doing that, or I just don't have the time for that, then that's when I will mention about having a party. They can get, free product. And then usually, maybe a couple times it's come down to they say no to a party too. And then, I'll ask if they have any makeup-loving friends who they think would love the lashes, So, but really, so the order is business opportunity, party, and then ask for referrals. So, and you really just keep it, just like we always say, you keep it simple. Don't don't word vomit, don't overthink your words. It's literally a matter of just like asking a simple question, and that sparks the conversation, and then you just talk, you know, like you're talking to a friend from there.
Okay, perfect. So BizOp, then if they're like, no, I really don't want that, then it's like, how about a party? And then you go to referrals. Okay, so that's
Yes.
awesome. What's funny is I'm still working on that. I recruited so many so quickly that I went from party to train. So I didn't get that step, but I want to know it because it's important to know. It's an important piece in the puzzle.
Well, and I was gonna say too, I mean, it's not always going to go in that order. You know, sometimes you'll have someone that reaches out to you that has never even tried the lashes, that is like, hey, can we, you know, I would love to try to do an online party to get free product. Okay, so then, you know, we'll do that, and then maybe after her party, she's like, whoa, that was an awesome party. You know, what is this about becoming a presenter? So obviously it takes on different you know, it might go in a different order just depending on the scenario. But yes, for someone who, you know, ordered from you, is a customer, and you're reaching back out to them, it's BizOp, party, referrals.
Okay, and we do have wording for that in, I think you have a file section, and so does Whitney. I don't know if I've added it to my group, on like the copy-paste messages on how to follow up like messages, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there are some files in the Lash Savers for like different ideas for wording and things like that.
Yeah, so you all could always take those messages and then just kind of tweak them to your own language and follow up with your customers. And then the next thing I wanted to talk about was Sherry Brown. I don't know if you guys have probably watched and seen a lot of her videos, but she talks about how she used to work in a makeup counter. I used to work in a makeup counter too, many years ago. And when you first start out, you're like in the sales position. So she said for the first 3 to 5 months, she goes, I would sell. She goes, I just wanted to meet my quotas and sell so I can move into the management position, because we're not meant to sell like all the time. You'll burn out. So I thought that was a really good thing she said on how you want to concentrate on selling, then following up, recruiting, and definitely build a team as fast as you can. So then you can move into the training section of sort of management, if you will, so that you don't burn out. Some people obviously love to sell and they just want to be sellers all the time. And they can just sell. If that's you, then that's totally fine. But I find that being a good seller and also being a team leader is a perfect, it's a perfect marriage. I'm perfectly married to you. I'm such a dork. Anyway, do you have anything else to say, or do you guys have any questions?
I have kind of something to spin off of that, and I just was having a conversation with Angela in our group last night on this, but and I'm sure you've seen this. I mean, I've learned this from Whitney. Whitney has learned it from her upline, and so on. But especially with our comp plan, the way that it is set up, really, the more leaders, and I cannot express this enough, the more leaders that you create, the better you'll do. The higher you'll move up the comp plan, the more money that you'll make all the way at the top. So, I mean, when you're a Black status presenter, the incomes, you know, range. I mean, like from, I'm not even going to say numbers, but it's not like you just make, you know, one kind of set income when you're Black, for example. There's a huge range of incomes that they're making, and it really all depends on, you know, the amount of leaders that they have created. So it is so important that you are building wide. So, you know, if you're building wide and you're leading those people, kind of naturally it starts to just go deep. You obviously always, and I'm sure again that you all have seen this, you want to be sure that you're not just training, you know, you're personally enrolled, but you're going deeper. You're going one level deep, levels deeper, 3 levels, all the way down to the bottom, and really, you know, seeing, okay, who is doing awesome, who is really working their business, because you want to be sure you're reaching out to those people too. If their upline is somebody who's not really that active. Now, if their upline is, active and they're a leader and you know that, then you pretty much know that those people are taken care of well. It doesn't mean you can't reach out, but you just know that, they're being taken care of. But just keep an eye on your team and, really notice those legs where, there's presenters that are not really working the business, but there's people under them who are, okay? And be sure you're reaching out. And then, like I said, build wide. So that means always, always, always be personally sponsoring, because I forget the stat on that, but it's like, what, one in three will actually even do something. It's something like that. Will even build their business or work it and put that effort in. So really that means the majority of the people that you sponsor are not going to do that much. And that's okay. That's just how the business is. But just keep in mind that it's those gems that you really want, because that's where the majority of your income comes from in this business, okay? So always be building wide, be consistent with that, and you'll have your ones that choose not to build, and that's their decision. But then out of that, your diamonds, your gems, they will emerge. So.
Yay, awesome. Yeah, that's definitely really, really great points. Something she brought up, I love that our Hangouts always go like this, but so she talked about building wide and our comp plan. So I want you guys to get really familiar with this. I know you got this in your kit. Okay, and especially these pages right here. Do you see these pages? Okay. I did a blog post on the comp plan. It's got 2 videos, one from Sherry Brown and one from, I don't remember her name, another Black status presenter. But they both go over the comp plan in their own way. It's really important you grasp the comp plan, because a lot of people were shocked when the new month started and all your numbers went down to 0. You're like, I'm not at 0. So that's what we do. Just like in sales, I was in sales probably my whole life. Every month is a new sales month. So I worked for a furniture company. We would close the month in November and tally up the sales. The next month would start a new sales month. So it's the same thing with us here at Unique. So do understand the comp plan. And another thing I want to quickly mention, this is just a side note, is sometimes I'm busy just with either, I don't know, life, kids, training, something, and I can't get to your questions quick enough. Ashley has taught me this and taught Andrea this, and so I'm going to teach you all this. Come in with the mindset of being a leader. So when you have a question, instead of immediately going to your sponsor, not that I mind you asking me questions, I totally don't mind, but you should seek your answer first. So if you want to know, I don't know, just a question about something, try to find the answer on your own first, and then go to your sponsor. Because what will happen as you rise to the ranks, whatever you want to call it, you'll have more and more and more and more people underneath you, and you'll start getting question after question after question after question after question. So many times what I'll do is I will create a video and answer a question because I know 20 people have that question. So rather than messaging 20 times, I'll just say, hey, you all probably have this question. Here's a video to answer your question. So just make sure, I forgot how Ashley worded it. You worded it so beautifully. Make sure that you try to find your answer before asking your sponsor. We love you. We don't mind answering your questions. But I want to train and equip leaders. And in order to be a leader, you must start acting like a leader. So learn, and the people that you bring into this company will start to duplicate what you do. So I'm trying to get my mind around this, but you can handhold people, and by handhold I mean like walk everybody through something, and that's okay. And some people need that. But if you begin to handhold too many people all at the same time, it may prohibit you from furthering your business. So it's kind of a fine line. Does anybody have any thoughts, words, input on that? Andrea's going like this.
I think that's awesome, and I think that's incredible advice. Only because we're here to validate and empower each other. And if we keep relying on somebody else to give us that validation, like, we're here to empower each other, which means that we're going to have the capability and the ability to do these things on our own. I think that's the most beautiful thing about Unique, is we've become this sisterhood where we don't mind helping each other out, but at the same time, we're all empowering ourselves to be able to do things on our own, which I think is the entire vision. It's not just slinging mascaras. It's actually, you know, building up ourselves with that confidence to know that we can do things on our own. And there's nothing wrong with getting help along the way. There comes a time where that break comes where you need to validate yourself so that people can see you as the leader that you're wanting to be, what you're meant to be, and then you can step off and step into this new self that you're becoming through this business with great lashes at the same time. So I also wanted to add that the university in the back office has a 5-week little training thing that is absolutely excellent, and I'm going to actually make it a requirement for my team to go through it, because there's a lot of great things that are just automatic that we missed. And as well as Whitney's training site has so much great information. The questions that we do get and that we do see are already available. Again, we don't mind asking, but with a little bit of reading, which we should all be doing every single day anyways, to kind of keep our minds focused on where we're going to go. With a little bit of reading, we can get a lot more equipped to handle these bigger teams when we all go black, right?
It's the silent pause. The silent pause. Yeah, that was really good. Like, for instance, somebody asked me the other day, I don't even know what the exact question was, but it was like, hey, Lori, I looked here, I looked here, I looked here, I can't find it. Can you help me? Totally don't mind that. That's awesome. And I want to give a little shout out to Sarah Malik. I hope I pronounced your last name right. Because she just ran in and just started doing a party. It's like, hey, I have a hostess, or my sister's doing a party. I'm going to do it. Do you mind hopping in? And I'm like, yeah, I'll join, but I'm like driving my kids to school, so I'm going to, you know, check in when I get home. And she just pretty much copied exactly what I did, and she just rocked that party out. Her sister had a qualifying party. It was wonderful. And when I first started, Andrea set up a group party for me. So it was like, here's some stuff, here's my link, here's my before and after, and I had a little bit of response. What Ashley did was a great example of reaching down to your team members. She reached out to me and said, hey, Lori, I noticed you signed up and that Andrea started a group party for you. Do you know how to do a Facebook event? And I was like, no, I don't even know what that is. What is that? She's like, okay, well, let's set one up. And I was like, oh, great. Because of her example, I have duplicated that over and over and over and over. As soon as someone signs up, I'm like, hey, do you want me to launch a party? Hey, have you launched a party? Some people have taken off and just done it their own way. Some people, I've literally handheld them through, which I don't mind at all. And then what I've seen is you guys are starting to duplicate that. Like Kelly did her own, and she got different images, and Bianca's got like these amazing images. I'm not the best with images, so I literally used images that had AshleyLogomassini.com on them, and I still had really great parties. Even though they had her website, I was like, oh, I just noticed that after my third party that I'm using all of Ashley's pictures, and they all have her website. But they still ordered off my link anyway. So whatever you do and you teach your team members, they'll just start to copy you. It's just kind of like follow the leader. And you can tweak it like you want. I sent one of my team members a message. She goes, you know, that doesn't sound like me. I would never use those words. I said, well, just take them and tweak them and change them and use them as your own words. So for sure you could do that. I think that's it. I think that's all I had, and I just wanted to see your lovely faces. Victoria, you've been so quiet. Can you just say hi? Sorry.
Yeah. I'm tired after a long day with the kids.
Oh, I keep forgetting it's 9 o'clock out there now.
I know, yeah, and they were all quiet, so yeah.
Oh, and then one last note. This is so I made it in my personal group. I don't know how it is in Ashley's, so that the posts have to be approved. Not because I don't trust what you guys are going to say or post or anything like that, but every now and again, and I've gotten caught up in it myself, a post might be made like, oh, let's say right now some items are out of stock. Oh my God, these items are out of stock. Yeah, my item was out of stock too. And then it'll start this whole blog post comment section on how all these items are out of stock and when are they going to get them, and it becomes kind of like a wah, wah. And so in order to kind of eliminate that, we're just kind of monitoring the post. So if someone says, hey, when is this going to be out of stock, instead of having 50 people comment on why their item is out of stock, we'll just message that person back and say, hey, did you see the email today? The item will be back in stock like in a week. I don't mind you guys asking questions, but we do have prospects in my particular group. I don't know about Ashley's, but we want to make sure we keep it positive and upbeat. And if you have anything like your orders 3 weeks past, which I hope it isn't, like that is so sad, and that would make me really sad. But I'm trying to think of a positive way that we could talk about the orders not being there on time. I don't know. I mean, the way I look at it, when I noticed there was a lot of items out of stock, I thought, wow, we are really selling a lot. Like that shows growth in the company. Wow, items are out of stock. I would be nervous as a business owner if I had a warehouse full of product that wasn't moving. So the fact that you see things that are out of stock is actually like a, oh my God, things are out of stock. We're doing so awesome. Our product is so great that things are out of stock. That's how I look at it. As far as the shipping issue, I think that's just Christmas, and it's a new company. Like, we're a baby company. We're only 2 years old. 2 years old. So my hope is that one day they will have a what's it called? A distribution center in the UK, which will actually make shipping times much faster and maybe lower costs. Because most major network marketing companies, once they branch out, they do create distribution centers in those places. So that's something I'm looking forward to. Haven't heard it talked about yet, but it's in my prayers. So, anybody else have anything to say?
I do want to say something about that, because just a couple of things, like I'm sure you guys read Derek's emails and stuff. We are unpredictable. No, he cannot predict us. He is very, very business savvy, and he's awesome at what he does. But he's even said it himself, like every time they kind of make a prediction or projection, we just blow it out of the water. So just like Lori said, I mean, we're only 2 years old, and you learn as you go. But it's a good thing. You have to look at it as a positive thing, that our sales are just through the roof, unpredictable, and of course it's inevitable that there's going to be some stuff that goes into back order. That's business. That's how it works, and that means that we're doing really, really awesome. So there was actually around this time last year, there was like 3 weeks when the lashes went on back order, and there was those presenters who totally just stopped doing business and said, how am I going to build my business? I can't even sell lashes. That's our go-to product, and they totally had a negative outlook on it. But then there was those who actually said, you know what? What's something else that's a bestseller? Brilliant. We don't have Brilliant anymore, but our moisturizer. And they totally focused on that. They pushed that and put a positive spin on the entire thing. And we ended up going on back order for Brilliant because they just sold it like crazy. So it's just all about perspective. It's all about learning to, put those positive sunglasses on and looking at things in a positive way. It makes a huge difference. It really does. And I have one more thing before I forget. It's just a little bitty reminder, because we talked about groups a little bit. Please be sure that you are always adding your new presenters to all of the training groups that you have been added to. I do notice that, obviously I can see, like, for example, I can see in my back office how many total is in my downline, and I notice that there's not that same amount in the group. So so just be sure you are adding those people, because you have to think of it this way: like your new presenters have every single right to be added to those groups, and if they're not, they're just going to feel like they're kind of left hanging a little bit. So they have every right to have access to all of the training, to the community, to all of it. So it's so important that as soon as you get a new presenter, tops within a day, they should be added to all of the training groups that you have been added to. And if you feel like, if you're listening to this and you feel like you're not, like something's missing, maybe you're not added to a group you should be, or something like that, then please reach out, message your sponsor, and just ask, and just say, I want to be sure, I want to get things rocking and rolling, I want to be sure that I'm added to all of the groups that I have access to. So super important.
Yeah, that's a really great point. I did make a post. I should make a file, because when you first come on, there's like the Why Unique group, there's Whitney's group, there's Ashley's group, there's my group, there's the Unique POP group. And when I heard the word POP, people say, oh, it's in the Unique POP page. I'm like, what's a POP? It stands for Presenters Only Page. So that's what a POP is. I made a big old list, so I'll make a file and put it in the group so that when you do get a new presenter, you add them to all their groups, and then you tell them, this is this group and this is why you're here. This is this group and this is why you're here. This is this group and this is why you're here. This is this group and this is what you're going to find here. You got to just tell them what they are. And some girls will just, I see like so many active members, especially, just a ton of them. Active in Whitney's group, active in Ashley's group, active in the POP page. And so that's great, because every group has its own little vibe. Every group has different info. And yeah, it's just great support and great information for you. I think that is it. I keep thinking you guys have questions. Like, as soon as we get off this webinar, I promise you, every one of you are going to have a question. You can say, I wish I would have asked her this.
I have a question for Kelly, because you have been rocking it out, girl.
I told her we were going to pick her brain.
I know. I'm going to put you on the spot and just share, what you've been doing.
Can you all hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Oh yeah, I forgot you're all on mute. I was listening out for yeah. I don't know, because I've got nothing. I don't know what I've done differently, because I've got nothing else to compare it against. I've never done anything like this before. I'm a teacher, and I've just gone hard at it. I've got really supportive friends who have shared all my statuses or shared my page. I've talked to everybody about it. Because I'm on maternity leave, I'm part of like mummy groups and things, and all that. Those girls have been brilliant, and they've all told their friends, and obviously girls have got the mascara quite quickly, so they've all told their friends. I don't know, it's just happened to go really well this month. I've bought some stock in as well, because obviously we didn't really know when the deadline was going to be for Christmas delivery, so I wanted to make sure I had something for sort of cash and carry purposes for those girls that are going to want it. Because I know some of the girls are getting a bit concerned now with Derek saying it's going to be the 10th of December, but obviously a lot of girls have decided their last sales are going to be perhaps the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, just so that our customers can definitely get it in time for Christmas. So I think, even though last month was a blast for me, it was brilliant, great sales, I think it's going to be a lot quieter for a lot of us this month, because we're not sure how we're going to keep it going, because obviously last dates for delivery 10th of December, and then yeah, we could push for New Year's sales, but we've got the Christmas holidays, and what delivery is going to be like over that period, we don't know. So I don't know, any thought? I know I'm going to be okay, because I've got some mascaras to sell and stuff, but I know that's not been possible for everybody. So I think, like Suzanne, you were a bit worried about that, and I'm sure everybody else is. So I don't really know what I just said then. But yeah. So obviously I'm really happy with last month, but I'm not sure how this month is going to go, I guess is what I'm saying.
I'm curious how you have gotten your new presenters. Have they mostly been customers who've tried the lashes and then, said, oh, I got to do this? How's that gone?
For me, it's been a mixture. Mostly friends of friends. A couple of the girls have been like, oh, I really feel like doing something different. I want to see, if I can have a go at this and changing my life in the future. So, a friend of a friend has joined. I have posted occasionally in sort of local buy and sell Facebook groups. I find a lot of the people that message me from there are usually time wasters. They want to know a little bit about it, but I never really get anything. But I have had one girl who got in contact with me through it and still joined. So that's one out of about 20. My friend that joined today, Catherine, she bought mascara. She's on maternity leave as well. Never in my wildest dreams did I think Catherine would join. And then she messaged last night saying, hey, you look like you're having fun doing this. What do you think? Should I do it? And I said, well, you've got nothing to lose. You'll get a great kit. Give it a go. And there she was joining. So again, I haven't got one set rule of what happened. It's just kind of just been a bit of a crazy, crazy couple of months, and it's worked well. So
that is really awesome. So I had a question. I have a question for you, Kelly.
Okay.
I was going to ask you what you actually did. So you're a teacher.
Yes, a primary school teacher. So I teach 4 and 5-year-olds.
Oh, how cute. Okay. I think Ashley, are you teaching? Are you a retired teacher?
I am retired. Yep. But
What age group did you have?
I did teach 2nd grade.
2nd grade. Oh, okay. When you said that you had never done anything like this before, is this your first time being in direct sales?
Yes. I've worked in shops, but it's not quite the same. That's not as much sort of, I don't know, this is a whole different skill set. This is thinking differently about thinking what my friends want to see on Facebook, then thinking from my business page, what do my customers want to see, and trying, some things work. Yeah, the pictures of girls with lashes, it's great sometimes if you're in a bit of a rush, but the best things that work are the pictures of me, because people see you as a real person then. When I first did my video, that caused a lot of like, so it looks really easy to use, and yeah, it looks really, really cool in you. As soon as I started doing that, that's when it really took off. I haven't done another one since because I haven't needed to, but I do need to do a daylight one because I filmed that in sort of like evening, so it was quite dark. But and I want to do ones with eyeshadows and all the other stuff. But yeah. I don't know.
So that's really awesome. So you got most of your team members, like you told Ashley, the majority of them were your friends and friends of friends, and then you got one from a buy-sell trade group, and you said it was 1 in 20 messages. Somebody once said to actually track yourself. So if you're actually going to try to recruit from buy-sell trade groups, actually write down every single time you post and every single person you talk to. And then you'll see that after a while there's a pattern. So you'll say, I put out 5 to 10 ads this week. I talked to 10 ladies, none signed up. Let's say you do that again. You talk to 10 more, 1 signed up. If you continue to do that, you'll learn that after a while, you'll say, wow, I'm recruiting 1 in 20, 1 in 20, 1 in 20. And then your wording might get better, your confidence might go up, and then you'll start to recruit 1 in 15 or 1 in 10. I think it was Jim Rohn that actually said to track yourself. I don't know if you know who Jim Rohn is, but it doesn't matter. You'll notice that a pattern will start, so that's a cool thing to do. And then I wanted to ask you another question. Once you recruited your team members, because I think you have 7 now, or is that right, or 8?
Yeah, 7, I think.
7? Do you personally walk them through their launch party, or what? How do you go about leading a new team member?
Catherine from today is a different one because I literally went around her house today. I walked her through. I explained whose group she was in. So when you get to go to somebody's house and talk to them face to face, that's a little bit easier. So there's a couple of girls that I can do that with. But the rest, I guess, I just take, like the first day, I'll just say, right, check out the handbook, have a good look through your back office. These are the names you're going to need to know. It's obviously yourself, Andrea, and Ashley, and then let them get their heads around it for a couple of days, because it is really overwhelming. And then, obviously, if they want to get started straight away, I explain the sort of party link thing for themselves, so they can do their own party, or start talking about the project before they kind of head dive into a party, because I'm not sure if this is the same for everybody, but I'm finding with British people, we just need to take our own time, just a little bit. We need to think about things and work things out properly in our heads. Obviously, that's the same for everybody, but I don't know. With a party, then I just say, look, this is what I did. Have a look through this. Take everything that I've done, if you like, and then copy this, do that, and then the next party you'll know what you want to do, if that makes sense. You know what you, like you said earlier, Laura, you know what you may never say this in a post, but you know, change the way you want to say it. If that makes any sense, I guess. Yeah, that's kind of it.
Well, that's really good. I just want it, because you've never, like you said, you've never been in direct sales before, and you've had tremendous success. I don't even know if you know how successful you are in our industry. There's some girls that have worked to be green a year, and it took them a year to get to where you're at. So that's just phenomenal. And I think sometimes people, when they first come in and sign up and they've never been in direct sales before, they do really well because they don't have the mental block. They don't have the, God, I've been at this for 9 months and I haven't recruited somebody. You just kind of came in and just started doing your thing, and were really just casual with it, and very friendly and not overly pitchy. And I think it's great. So thank you for sharing.
I kind of stopped with the buy and sell groups, because I found that it was more so people coming to me in the end. And I think that's how I'd like it to be, because people that come to you obviously want to do it. Do you know what I mean? Rather than see a visual thing that thinks, oh, maybe I could do it. I don't know. So I'm not saying.
I want to say too. Sorry, I interrupted. I want to say too that, you know, Kelly, you're doing exactly, whether you know you're doing it or not, you're practicing attraction marketing. You're being who you are. You're showing the world who you are. You're showing the world what you're doing, and that you're super excited about it. You're successful with it. Just the fact that you are having people reach out to you and say, okay, it looks like you're having fun. What are you doing? Tell me about it. That means that you have been practicing attraction marketing. You know, you're not being spammy. You're not saying join me, or buy from me. You know, and that's really, I mean, that's an awesome message that I hope you all are hearing. And through what Kelly is doing is, you know, attraction marketing. So you're being who you are. You are. It's like, attraction marketing is a hard thing to describe. You know what I mean? Like, Lori, you know what I'm saying, Andrea? But you're just being who you are. You're showing the world that you're excited with what you're doing. You're not being spammy. And it's a great example of it.
Yeah, just to spin off on that real quick. Someone once said, if what you're doing in your business isn't fun, nobody's going to want to do it. Like, if you're not having fun, if it's not fun, nobody will want to do it. So Kelly's like, I remember when she first launched her very first party, we had our generic party in your PJ's pick. She put this like Rizzo, like grease, you know, picture of all the girls, and I just died laughing. It was so funny, and I was like, why didn't I think about that? That's great. You guys in the UK part, that's brilliant. It was brilliant. And then she had something else, like some really funny posts, and I have to say, humor in this industry works awesome. Whenever I post a funny picture, people don't feel sold, and it's like fun. So what she said, I remember she said, my friend said, it looks like you're having a lot of fun. Do you think I should give this a go? And she was like, yeah, what do you have to lose? It's 69 pounds. You're going to get makeup, and you're going to have fun and possibly make money. probably make money. And it was like, cool. It wasn't like pulling teeth. Please join my company. Please. It's just great. I mean, nobody wants to join that. And on that note, I wanted to talk about the buy-sell trade groups. I know our compliance, I actually have it printed out in a binder, all 53 pages of our compliance. Make sure in the buy-sell trade groups that you are not the unique police. If you see something that is out of compliance, simply take a screenshot, and if it's that horrendous, mail it to, I think it's compliance@uniqueproducts.com. You can private message that presenter. Treat a fellow presenter as you yourself would want to be treated. So don't say, you know, that's out of compliance for out of sell and the buy-sell trade groups. Like, it's so nasty. I'm appalled at some of the things I've seen in there. Who wants to join that? When ladies see us doing this in the buy-sell trade groups, they're like, oh, sign me up, please. I'd like to fight with you also. It's not fun. So if I see something that's like out of compliance, normally I'll just kind of look the other way. If it's really, really bad, I'll take a screenshot if I know who it is, send it, and be done with it. But let's support each other. Let's really represent Unique, our company, as the wonderful company that it is, that uplifts, empowers, and validates women. And also, I'd like to give a shout out to the men. Totally forgot there's men listening. I know there's a few men, so welcome, men, to the group. I don't even know what to call you, the Unique Brothers? The Unique Brotherhood. I have no idea, but welcome, men. If there's anything we can do to support you or help you, I have to say, if there was a guy friend of mine on Facebook selling mascara, I would totally buy from him. Like, not that you could do a selfie, maybe you could, I don't know, I think there's one that does that, and say, oh my God, look at my wife, look at my friend, look at my friend, look at this lash. I would be like, wow, look at that, this guy's selling mascara. I would totally buy. So awesome. Anything else? Anybody?
I do. I have a question that came in on a personal message, and they would like to know, Kelly, what are you posting in the buy-sell trade groups, and how often are you posting?
Okay, I don't have a set thing because I haven't posted that many times. I've tried this sort of the basic, like, I try not to waffle, so I just go, okay, do you like makeup? Do you want to work with a sort of genuine work from home company, very little startup fee, interested, message me. I try and keep it really short, and I keep the pictures really simple, so you can get the images that I've got, like, join me, and all the pictures around and all the benefits of Unique, that all's crammed into the one picture. But I found the simple, like, I think the best ones is kind of like a few of the girls, and it says something like, we all get paid to play with makeup, interested, that kind of thing. I find that the more I waffle, I mean, it's lovely, the idea of, you know, telling your story as to why you joined Unique, but people haven't got time to read all that in just a little buy and sell group. So keep it short and snappy, I think, you know, interesting, make you think, oh yeah, I'll find out about that then. I guess that's the answer. I'm rubbish at this. I'm so sorry.
You're awesome. Don't even. You're doing so great. You have no idea how hard leaders train people to be just like you. So don't even think that you're doing anything wrong. You're doing everything exactly right. Okay. I also wanted to piggyback on that. That I just have copied Lori's image. With pictures of lashes, and I kept the message, like you said, very simple. All of my cash and carries come from my buy-sell trade groups locally. I don't get very many interested presenters, but I get a ton. I order, I don't even want to tell you the amount, but I run out of lashes weekly. Like, I order too many to begin with, and by the next week I'm like begging for UPS and praying to the UPS gods to to drop off my lashes early. But that's where all of my cash and carry sales come from. I always have a ton of lashes, and I always seem to run out. I think I'm learning how to balance it out now, but All I say is I'm stocked, I'm local, message me for info. And
So
on the
we're allowed
actual,
to do that then, Andre? Because I didn't think we were allowed to do that in the buy and sell sites.
but on my actual graphic, put if they have any questions about actually becoming a presenter. And nobody contacts me about becoming a presenter. They all want lashes.
Right. Okay, so you say you've got stock. Also, would you like to become a presenter to meet with compliance? Because we get, if anybody puts anything that isn't basically join my team over here, and somebody says, for example, one of my girls found a picture of, and it just said, look, no spidery lashes here. Didn't say anything about unique or anything about selling it, but somebody else was then saying, you're not allowed to do that. It's against compliance. So I think there's a bit of confusion on the fine line of compliance of what you can do.
It's very gray, and my purpose is to I do margaritas and mascara.
Yeah.
It's more of if you have any questions, you know, everybody has questions about what the mascara looks like, what does the mineral touch foundations look like, and that is what I kind of portray, that I have stock if you have questions, not to sell. I want presenters to join my team. Like I think I have on my graphic, I really need lash slingers in this area. Message me for any questions because I'm local and I'm stocked. Most of the women around my area never have stock, and so they don't know what anything is. A lot of these, if we're trying to swap store for online, in the store the advantage of that is they can scratch and sniff. They can look at products, they can touch it, they can hold it, they can feel it, and then they can be confident with it to tell their friends, oh yeah, I was just at XYZ store, they have a whole bunch of stock. And I think that's where the presenter and everybody comes from, is that confidence that they know what the product smells and tastes and everything, what they know what it's like. So I don't know, that's just what I'm trying to portray for the people that I meet. But yeah, I stay away from calling people out, and I've never been called out for stuff.
I've just seen it and I think, ah.
If I could chime in, just really what it is, I mean, we absolutely have to stay 100% compliant, but it's really about being clever with your words. So basically everything you say, yeah, it has to be about the business opportunity. But I know, like, some of the wording I use, and I know, like, Lori, I think you do the same thing. So it's just, like I said, it's about being clever with your words, saying something like, we're selling 15,000 sets of mascara a day and need more help. You know, if you're a makeup lover, want to work from home, get in touch, you know, contact me, message me. So, and it's about, and the graphic though, I mean, you can have a picture of the lashes. So, you know, you can have a picture of, you know, before and after showing the difference the mascara makes. It's just in your wording, it has to totally 100% portray that, you know, you are looking for helpers, you're looking for new sponsors. But just by saying something like, you know, we're selling 15,000 sets per day, we need help. I mean, that's just, that message there is like, whoa, this mascara must be awesome. So automatically, you're going to have people from that who totally overlook the business opportunity and the fact that that is what you're putting out there. They're just like, I want to, you know, what is this mascara? And what I'll do is, if people message or if people comment under my post asking about the mascara, I will always take it to private message. I do not ever answer any questions about mascara price or really anything about the mascara, our 3D lashes in the comments. I will always take it to private message and then go from there. So that's how you can stay compliant. And what else was I going? Oh yeah, I was going to say too about the buy-sell trade groups. It's honestly hit and miss. I mean, Kelly, you know, you said out of 20, you know, there was one that came out of that. Well, I mean, in my opinion, that's totally worth it, you know, and really, again, and I always say it, it's about being consistent. And something else, too, you can't think so much short-term with the buy-sell trade groups. You have to think long-term, because those people that you connect with, and I feel like I repeat myself on this, but it's so important, those people that you connect with, you know, you become friends with them, and they are going to watch you. Their eyeballs are going to watch you for maybe months, who knows, and then come back to you, maybe purchase from you, maybe become a presenter. But I have a few girls who have come from buy-sell trade groups who are absolute rock stars. So you know, and I've had people who do absolutely nothing that have come from those, and you know, I can tell that they were just the kidnappers or whatever. But it's fine, you know. I mean, that's income-producing activities, connecting with those people. So yeah.
Awesome. Wow, I learned so much from you guys today. I just want to thank you for that. Especially, I don't know, just all of you. I learn from all of you all the time. So if there's no other questions, I did get one question from Janelle. Hi, Janelle. She may be watching. She said, I'm not getting random emails from Unique. How do I go in and make sure that I'm on that list? So people that aren't getting the emails from Unique Corporate, what would you say? Actually, just email support and make sure they have your correct email?
Yep. When all else fails, email support. Yep.
Okay, that's what I would do, Janelle, is make sure that you just get with support. And I know it's, for us as leaders, sometimes you'll come to us with a question and we'll say, well, I would email support. And I always feel bad saying that, because it's like, I don't know, email support. I don't know, email support. But when all else fails, that's what you do. You email support. And if I find the answer, for sure, I'll post it in the group. So I didn't have any other questions. Did anybody else have any other questions? Okay, awesome. So I guess this is the end of our Webby. Thank you to everybody who was watching and couldn't make it live, and to everybody who made it live and is watching. Thank you for being here. And we will talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye, everyone. See
Have a
ya.
nice night. Bye, guys.
Bye.